Hi, I'm Katie Oldknow. I'm the Head of Design here at COEL. I first started working in Australia in a small coastal town called Newcastle. I was working at a traditional architectural firm, a multidisciplinary firm on a huge range of projects. And then in my mid-20s I kind of got itchy feet and moved to the UK for what was going to be 6 months, living and working in London for quite a few years. Then COVID hit, unfortunately, but fortunately, because that is what led me to Cambridge, and at that time I came across COEL. I started working here as a senior designer and quite quickly became the head of the design team. Moving to COEL from a design and architectural background has been quite challenging. The differences between design and build and traditional are quite great. One of the huge benefits has been having a wealth of knowledge within the office, and that comes with being a design and build firm. Being able to call on people from just across the row in the office has been incredibly valuable. A typical day for me is actually quite hard to capture. One of the things that I really love about my job is that no 2 days are the same. From being on site one day, a local site, to driving to Oxford to be on site the next day, various catch-ups with team members, whether that's on site or here in the office. There are very few limits to the projects that we can do here at COEL. We undertake very short, quick design exercises, right up to quite complex lab design. One of the main misconceptions around design and build, as opposed to traditional design, is that we cut a lot of corners, or perhaps we don't consider things in such an in-depth way as we would in a traditional environment. That just isn't the case. We make sure that we spend quite a lot of time getting under the skin of a client and really understanding their brief and what their outcomes and their needs within their space are. We work together with the client very intently, and I guess because our programs are a little more condensed, we actually spend a lot more time up front with the client than perhaps we would in a traditional environment. The main differences that I've seen working across 2 different continents is especially in terms of colour. In Australia we're very restrained generally and use a muted colour palette, and I think it's because we have so much vibrancy right outside of our door. Whereas in the UK we bring so much colour and inject a lot of various colours into our spaces because outside can be a little bit grey sometimes. I would highly recommend some hands-on experience. Do some volunteer work or freelance work at somewhere that you aspire to work at. The people. I truly love coming into the office. I'm a little bit of a rarity. I come in 5 days a week just because I like it. My favourite thing to do outside of work is to have a quiet household and do some cooking. It doesn't happen very often, but I really enjoy it when it does. When I'm not doing that, I can be found on a bike cycling around Cambridge with my family. I'm also training for the Cambridge Half Marathon at the moment.